What's up, people? BCHQ back with another discussion time, episode 11, in response to Mysticalminded Arnita. The question was, what do you think of people that have tattoos on their face and hands? Do I think it's acceptable for an employer to not employ someone like that? The employer would say it scares off potential customers or looks unprofessional and so forth. Stereotype of criminal comes to mind, or do I think employers should be made to employ them because having tattoos, regardless of where they are on the body, doesn't affect a person's skills? Does it depend on how big tattoos are or what they are of? I think it shouldn't matter because, as you've said in the question, a tattoo does not define someone's skill or ability to do a job. I think it's just a lazy, ignorant way of thinking that you can't employ someone because they've got a tattoo. Like, if you think they're a criminal and stuff, then they'd be locked up. So I just think it's a very ignorant way to think. There's a Tesco's quite near where I live, and one of the managers has got like his neck covered with tattoos, and he's got sleeves on his arms, and he's like one of the highest people in that place. So I think certain places are becoming more accepting of it, but it still outweighs a lot towards people not being able to get certain jobs because of tattoos they've got, which I think is ridiculous. I'm planning to get my neck covered at some point. I want sleeves as well. I love tattoos, and I've been wanting to get a neck one for so long now, and partly why I haven't is because of this situation, because of people always try and put me off, saying, well, you'll struggle to get jobs. But I think it is becoming more accepted now, but it's got a long way to go still. It does scare off potential customers, I'd say, but also I think the employers don't take into account that a lot of people wouldn't care. They just assume that people are going to think how they think, and it's not always the case, because they're just assuming. I think it is acceptable to employ someone like that. As I said, you can't just scrap someone's ability because something they've got on their skin. Like, everyone has a right to do what they want with their body. It doesn't take away from the skills they've got inside of them. So this is the most important thing, is your fucking mind, not your skin. So it's just not something I've never agreed with, how people get treated for it. People always see like a thug or like a gang member when they see someone with tattoos on their face or like their neck, and I think that's bullshit, because I've seen people with them that work in places and they're skilled people. So I think it needs to stop, but whether it probably never will, because we're such a corporate fucking world nowadays. So it's got a long way to go, as I said, but it definitely needs to get attention. Like, people need to put it out there more. I think they are now, and it's getting a bit more accepted, but we need to make sure we keep on top of it and keep pushing it, so like it can grow to a stage where people can get employed for jobs that they do apply for, despite whether they have got a neck tattoo or I don't think it's unprofessional, no. It can depend on how big they are, but why should it? Like, it just shouldn't. As I said, if you're a criminal, you're going to get found out and you're going to be locked up anyway, so I think it's a very ignorant, childish way of employers to act and assume that other customers are going to feel the same way they do, because not all of them will. And the people that do need to grow up themselves, because it's just an ignorant way of looking at it. And it's stereotyping and bullying, to be honest. So I hope that answers your questions. As I said, I'm hoping to get my neck done. I want to get sleeves. I've got a few, like, got my stars, I've got my kids' names there, got my tattoo there. So yeah, I want to get my body done, really. It's just, I don't want to get tattoos that don't have any meaning behind them. All the ones I've got meaning. I don't want to just fill it with random things that don't have any meaning, so I'm trying to not rush into it. I want to have meaning behind it, so that's partly why I haven't got any more for a while. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Comment, share, like the vids, and I'll be back soon.